It doesn't really matter where you're starting as far as a position goes. It's all about where you want to go and knowing that there's a whole community of people that will support you to get there.
You can have 8 careers at Fifth Third. There's so many lines of business and there's so many connections and there's so many opportunities that you can do any passion you want to do.
What I value most at Fifth Third Bank is the opportunity to grow your career, the opportunity to feel engaged, the opportunity for you to really plant your seeds and build your own blueprint amongst the company. And that's one of the things that separates Fifth Third from any other bank that I've worked for.
I started as a part-time teller and I'm currently the senior banker here in Chicago. That could happen. We are very, very intentional about upward mobility within the bank, and we want more of those stories.
You know, what I value the most at working at Fifth Third is definitely the career development opportunities. I started in this company almost 16 years ago, and I started as a part-time CSR, and since then I've had multiple roles, 7 if I can remember there, and there's always been opportunities for upward mobility, and it's something I'm extremely passionate about because I want to do the same for others and really helping them with their journey through Fifth Third and ultimately making this their final career destination.
When I think about people who've helped in my career, it really starts with my first boss here. He was a Fifth Third lifer, similar to what I hope to be, and he really was that big brother or uncle figure in my life that not only cared about me and being successful in my role as a trust associate, but wanted me to be successful as a young man or a young professional here in Greater Cincinnati, encouraged me to get not only involved within the bank and various business resource groups, but also get really involved in the community.
Throughout my career, I've had a list of wonderful mentors. They've always provided support in any career change that I've had. They've also opened up their doors and allowed me to come in and have conversations around what's next for me.
Everyone has a vested interest in seeing both the bank and the individual contributors who make things happen succeed. And that's really helpful when you're thinking about, career mobility, making big moves, trying to, take on really lofty goals.
Something that I noticed that they have here that I know for sure they didn't have at my other institution is something called a leadership program. And the leadership program focuses on students that are about to graduate from college, and how it works, it pretty much allows them to work in different divisions within the bank. So it can be commercial, it can be wealth and asset management, it can be underwriting. They have the opportunity to come in, work as an intern, and they get to see what we do on a daily basis.
I think the story that stands out for me the most is the first time I applied for a regional role and I was turned down. I think that's probably one of the hardest things for anyone to overcome. But instead of getting demotivated, I think the experience I had with my regional and senior management, they actually took me out to lunch after that happened. It was a great conversation. I've never felt so important in my life. I was turned down for a role, and here I am having lunch with my boss and my boss's boss, talking about my experience and the areas of opportunity. And from there, I set a plan with their assistance, and it got me where I am today.
When I think about career versatility, most of our family members within Fifth Third have a certain skill set that is their core strength, their superpower, so to speak. But we know that with the right training and experience, we can unlock multiple skill sets or multiple superpowers. That's where career versatility comes in.
I've been here since college. I've been here almost 18 years of my life. And if it wasn't a great place to work, I wouldn't be here still.